Hey, my name is Jobby, and Happy New Year! What better way to ring it in than with another Optimus Prime? Except the Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime is supposed to be the best Optimus Prime ever. According to a handful of 14-year-olds on Twitter, there was just so much hullabaloo about this toy that it made me do the impossible. Buy a mainline Transformers figure. And you could do the same at the Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description. The box art is one of the best that I've seen in a while. A perfect tribute to the best Transformers movie ever. Formerly, watch Transformers 1 if you haven't, you sons of bitches. The inside of the box can even act as a display. Isn't that lovely? And during the course of this unboxing, I'm starting to get flashbacks to a certain hunchback. And I'm not talking about myself. All I do is sit at my desk all day, hard at work, editing and edging. It's no wonder why my back freaking hurts. If only I can stand when I work. Well, would you look at that? Introducing the FlexiSpot E7 Pro Standing Desk, the sponsor of this video. The desk is easy to assemble with a frame made out of automotive grade steel with thickened legs. The height is fully adjustable at just the push of a button. And it's incredibly sturdy with a weight capacity of a whopping 440 pounds. Good thing I only weigh 300. This state-of-the-art technology is available at a reasonable price and includes a 15-year warranty and free returns within 30 days. But if you wanted to transform this standing desk into a standard sitting desk, may I also recommend the FlexiSpot C7 ergonomic chair, which you can adjust to your liking while supporting your entire back. Swivel here! So check the link in the description to go to FlexiSpot.com and use my promo code YTE7P50 to get $50 off their standing desk and their chair. My goodness gracious, I really needed this. Now I can goon in peace. This offer is huge. Wish I could say the same about this figure. Commander Class my ass. Despite the underwhelming size and the back. The painting and the sculpting on this thing is awesome. He basically looks like a scaled-down version of my favorite, the Transformers masterpiece MP44, backpack and all. Which means that he only really looks fantastic from a few select angles.
Hey, Daddy! It's animation accurate! Don't you want every Transformers toy to be animation accurate?
Sure, to the extent that it doesn't compromise the look of the robot mode. And it had better not compromise the engineering, and we'll get to the engineering. Spoilers, it's peak. Also, what the hell's you talking about? Sure, he's got somewhat of a backpack, but he ain't a dirty hiker.
Okay, bye.
Looking kinda thick in other areas, though. What is animation accurate are the iconic truck tits, which of course contain the matrix of leadership, one of the better looking ones I've seen. It's completely removable, and he can of course hold it, although it doesn't look the best. The proportions on this guy are great, the details are sparse, just the way I like it, and the head sculpt is, well, it's just Prime. I'm surprised I have anything new about Optimus to say at this point. Check the playlist. Speaking of repeating myself, the accessories that this guy comes with are pretty much the same as MP44. You get a trailer, a roller, an anti-aircraft gun, but no minifigures. What a shame. Though you can see the separately sold figure into roller, I will never see it. Also, no Starscream head or jetpack, but that's just fine by me. Before we really dig into the trailer, check out the classic Ion Blaster. Just plugs into his hand and yet another Optimus bitch grip. They could even store on his back, really nice. And here's the Energon Axe. Just gotta transform his arm a little bit, and that plugs right into there. Looks good. You get 2 blast effect parts to give it some character, but you only need 1. And now let's mess with the trailer real quick. Yep. There you go. Yippee! Kill me. Haven't said that banger since 2016. Just kidding, I say that every fucking day of my life. Anti-aircraft gun's got an opening cockpit, hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, claw, hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, swivel, roller can roll, and as you saw, all of his accessories can store in the trailer in designated areas, which is pretty cool. You even get a special compartment for these effect parts, which are more relevant for the truck mode. The trailer's fine. It's nice that the inclusion of all this stuff didn't bump the price up to ridiculous levels, but I'll probably never play with this again, fake fan. Let's get back to the main figure. Since he feels so good. Joints are nice and solid, even though there's not a single ratchet joint. Not a problem at all, just saying. And for a mainline Transformers figure at this scale, this guy is surprisingly and enjoyably posable. Ball joint at the head. Every ball joint can be a swivel. Can barely look up and barely look down. Rotation at the shoulder. Aye. Those do tend to pop off, but they do pop in just as easily. Yeah. R moves out. And something that's easy to mix, you do get a butterfly joint. And even more articulation, although that's more so for the transformation. Swivel at the smokestacks. Really should have plugged in somehow. Bicep swivel. Bend at the elbow. And a bend the other way. Again, that's for the transformation. Wrist swivel. Index finger is on its own hinge joint. Hinge joint, with the rest of his fingers also being on a hinge joint. Hinge joint. Fairly tight waist swivel. Hinge joint at the front skirts and the back skirts, which allows for rotation at the hips. Can move back that far. A beautiful spread. Thigh swivel. Really tight bend at the knee. Slight toe articulation. That doesn't really count. And a beautiful ankle pivot. Posability on this guy is great. Not quite to the masterpiece standard, but he's fun as hell to mess around with. And I'm sure some of you who actually collect mainline Transformers are annoyed about my comments about the size. But I don't care. This thing is tiny and so is your dick. Also your mom. Size comparison time. Here's Figma-matic Economy, Haya Toys Godzilla, the Magic Square Light of Peace third-party Optimus Prime, and a few of my other Optimi.
But Jobby, where's MP44, the one that this figure most closely resembles?
If I brought him out, that would mean I have to transform it.
Kill yourself.
Damn, bro, you don't gotta be mean.
And I'd much rather spend my time transforming this guy because... wow, this is where the title of Best Optimus Prime figure gets a little more weight. One of the few times I didn't struggle transforming this live on my Just Playing stream. Subscribe to Jobby too. I play with figures there live way before I review them here. And that stream was one of my most popular in a long time. You guys are not tired of this flag-colored fuck. And I'm not either. He's gonna turn into a truck now. Of all the Optimuses I fondled, this one has one of the most, if not the most, impressive engineering. The transformation is complex, but still a really fun time to perform. I'd put this process on the same level as a Unique Toys figure. Who knew Hashtag had that black magic in them? In addition to the transformation being a blast, the truck mode itself is awesome. Although at this point, it really speaks for itself. What the hell do I even say anymore? It looks good, but isn't perfect. Actually, apparently most copies of this guy had the taillights assembled wrong. And you'd be right to call that a huge production oversight. Shame on you, Hasbro. Naughty, naughty. But seeing it in person, I don't care. Get a job.
Oh, but Jobby, how could this truck be good if it doesn't have an interior? Where am I gonna shove an underproduced but overpriced minifigure? I don't sound like that.
What you do get are these smoke effect parts, which are stored in this special compartment in the trailer. And these just plug into the bottom of the truck to replicate the start of his transformation process from Transformers the movie. And that makes this the most epic Optimus truck mode display. Of all the things not to include with MP44, eat your heart out and go die. You could also store the ion blaster on the truck bed, and of course you can hitch the trailer onto the truck, and of course it looks fantastic. I wish I could say it felt fantastic. Doesn't feel awful, he's solid for the most part, but if you don't line up these bits just right, the cab tends to tilt forward a bit too much. Is it just me? He can still roll just fine, and I'm sure you can fix this issue by sanding down these pegs, and actually, you guys leave some suggestions in the comments. Almost forgot to include my engagement bait. Let's bring it home and do a final size comparison time. Monica Godzilla Prime, and now I'll bring in MP44 because I don't have to transform it. I love my job. Best Optimus Prime figure ever, the second coming of Primus? Nah, not quite. But definitely worth it if you're collecting in this scale, or if you don't have an Optimus Prime figure yet and want something that's not $500. I'd still recommend a plethora of third-party Optimus Primes over this, but this is a great pick if you care about the law. Which I don't, obviously.
Don't check my basement.
And don't forget to check out FlexiSpot.com. You are not gonna want to miss that standing desk and chair. Don't pass up the opportunity for a relaxing goon sesh. Thank you all for sticking with me throughout the entirety of 2024, throughout all its ups and downs. Hopefully 2025 is better. Look forward to a lot more madness. The backlog gets ever bigger.